Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Ninches96 and I have a Patreon. Now, this video is going to detail exactly what Patreon is, how the tier system works, why you should or shouldn't pledge towards my page, and what the Patreon money will go towards. Now, before you shout at me in the comment section below, hear me out, okay? That's all I'm asking. If you hear me out and afterwards you still think I'm being a dick, put it in the comments. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So, first question is, what is Patreon? Patreon is a way of YouTubers begging for money. No, wait, hang on. Patreon allows you to financially support creators and receive various rewards for doing so. Now, for many creators, that Patreon money is going towards their daily income. That is their wage. For others, their Patreon money helps them put money back into their product, their channel. For example, if I pledge £10 to an artist, the artist then has £10 more to use buying art materials like paints or models or whatever it is they do. They have £10 more to do that. That in return means that they can create more things for you as a consumer. In terms of YouTube videos, for argument's sake, you give me £10. I use that £10 to then create, to buy a new microphone. That microphone improves the quality of my videos, which makes it better for you as a consumer. It's a cycle. That's how Patreon works, for those of you who don't know. There is a lot of controversy, I know, about people setting up Patreons, and I am technically one of those people who have just set up a Patreon hoping for money. And I'm going to detail more about that a bit later on. But I just want you to be 100% informed. Patreon is 100% optional. Okay, that's the key thing here. It's 100% optional. So, now we're going to compare me creating YouTube videos for free against me creating a Netflix show. Not that I can make a Netflix show, but that's the analogy. So, I make a 20-minute YouTube video for free. I do so in my own time, using my own resources, and I do not monetize it whatsoever. For you, the consumer, you are paying zero money for that program. However, if I were to put the same program, the same amount of time on Netflix, you would have to pay the $5.99, is it, subscription fee in order to view my content. Patreon is a way of monetizing content that does not require a paywall. Now, what I mean by that is that you can watch my videos 100% for free and not contribute a single penny. But if you watch my videos and you would still like to contribute, you have the option to do so. So that's the difference there between monetizing content aggressively, like Netflix does, and monetizing content, I guess, voluntarily, like Patreon does. So now I'm just going to go through the page. This is exactly what you will see when you click on the link in the descriptions of my videos, or you can just type in patreon.com/ninches96, and this is where it gets you. You will be able to log in up here, and you will be treated with this homepage. Now if we scroll down a little bit, you will see the 3 tiers that I have set up. The first tier is the basic tier, £1 per month of your money that goes towards me. That gives you access to the Patreon only community, which is a bunch of posts that I'll probably make, giving you little updates on how videos are going, future series, that sort of thing. And the way I look at this is, if you have money, if you I can't even say it without laughing. So if you have money in your account, you giving me £1 makes no difference. But if every single subscriber does that, suddenly it becomes more and more financially viable. And let's be honest, you could give me £1 a day and I don't think you'd even notice it. For a lot of people, that's not... You get the point. So that's the basic tier. It's just some Patreon-only posts on Patreon itself, and maybe some other little tidbits as we go. And the second tier up, this is for slightly more hardcore fans. £10 per month. It's a much bigger ask. That is, in fact, 2 Netflix subscriptions, for those of you who are keeping track. This is your way of informing what kind of videos I make in the future. Now, if you give me £10 per month and say, I want you to make a 12-hour skateboarding montage, I'm not doing that. But, if you see content that's already existing on my channel, or you think is very similar, then just let me know. You can do that in the comments of the video itself as well, for free. But, for obvious reasons, I'm going to pay more attention to someone who gives £10 per month and suggests cool video ideas than someone who puts it in the comments. That's just how it works. And again, this is more so than before. This is just a way of you supporting me making content. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. That's fine. And then this last one. Holy cow, £100 per month. I'm not expecting anyone to do this, but if someone super, super rich happens to stumble upon my Patreon and decides to pledge, then go for it. As the reward, the best thing I could come up with was pick any game and I'll make a whole series for it every month. A whole series depends very heavily on what the game is. But yeah, I'll do, I'll play until it comes to its natural conclusion for that one. And yeah, I'm not expecting anyone to come and pledge £100 per month, don't worry. But those are the tiers. And if you would like to pledge on any of the 3 levels, you are welcome to do so. Now, I'm going to scroll down here, and this is the little blurb that I've written to go along with the Patreon. So, I'm just going to read it. Hi, it's Ninches96 here. I have a Patreon now. Please only contribute to this Patreon for one of the following reasons. This is the important bit. Number 1, you like my content and want to reward me for making good videos. Think of this like a tip jar. Now, when I go to a restaurant, and I actually got this analogy from someone else, so don't at me. If you go to a restaurant and you like the service that they provide, you leave a tip. If you don't like the service, you don't leave a tip. If you like the service and you still don't want to give a tip, there's no one forcing you to do so. But if a waiter comes over and he's super friendly and they, fill up your drinks and they make sure everything's okay, if they are respectful, then you give them a little bit of a tip. That tip comes out of your own money and they have no expectation for you to do so. That's how I view this Patreon. If you want to sit and watch my whole library of videos for 100% free, more power to you. In fact, please do. If you fancy it, watch every one of my videos, even the old ones that are pretty poor quality because something went wrong with the recording. Just watch them. Why not? If, however, you watch one of these videos and you think, wow, that's really good quality content, I really enjoyed that, I'm gonna give them £1. Just leave £1 a month. Then that is a way of you supporting my videos, and it shows me that you're actually enjoying what I do, because it's always nice to see that people are enjoying the hours and hours and hours of work I put into essentially a hobby, because I do it because I enjoy it. Now, number 2, you want to help inform me on future content you want to see and guide me in what I do and don't make. Think of this like a way of connecting with me more directly than just YouTube comments. Now, I've already touched on this, but clearly I'm going to pay more attention to someone who's backing me on Patreon than someone in the comment section. And if I see through the background analytics that loads of people start backing me on Patreon because I'm doing this particular Yu-Gi-Oh series, the Yu-Gi-Oh Evolution series, then I will probably make more. Oops, I just dropped my notepad. I'll probably make more of those videos, or try and up the scale of it. And number 3, you want to directly help me earn money towards my family and building myself an office from the ground up, including new equipment, desk space, and more. Now, without going too far into it, this is a more personal topic than the rest of them. So if you don't know me, I've quite recently had to move house at a moment's notice for very complicated reasons, and as a result, I am basically starting from scratch. So, if you're someone who wants to find a way to help me, become a Patreon. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think you could put a comment in your pledge saying this is why I've pledged or whatever. All of the money that comes from this, certainly for now, is going towards literally buying a desk, a studio microphone, because this headset is becoming a bit dated now, a chair. I'm currently sat in the middle of my room on the floor recording this video. So, if you would like to support me create more high quality content for yourself, for me, for whoever, this is a way of you doing that. Now, this last point is very important. I can't stress this enough, and this is why the people who think that Patreon is just a way of YouTubers begging for money is incorrect. If you are not financially stable enough to contribute, or you just want to enjoy what I do for free, please enjoy everything I produce for free. Now, I've said this about 1,000 times in this video. Do not contribute to my Patreon if you don't want to. I'm not going to force you to. There's only about 7 people that I've held at gunpoint telling them to subscribe to my Patreon, and they haven't even done it. So, yeah. There are 101 reasons why you wouldn't want to or be able to contribute to my Patreon. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I would quite happily let you all watch all of my videos for free. I make them, as I say in the next sentence, because I enjoy it, because I find it satisfying, I really love it. I genuinely do. And the more support I get from others, the more I can do what I love and hopefully brighten your day on the way. So, to reiterate, if you feel you are able to contribute, or you feel you would like to contribute, do so. If you do not want to contribute, or you feel you are unable to, despite wanting to, don't. Watch my videos, engage with them, like them, subscribe, comment, all of that sort of thing. In fact, do that even if you don't want to, but don't start pledging to my Patreon unless you are genuinely committed to do so. Then number 3, there's this goals page. I've got written down here, for every £10 Patreon donation I receive per month, I can afford to put an additional hour of my own time into content creation. Of course, I make videos because I enjoy it, not because I want to make money. So currently, I spend record just for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Evolution series, which is coming very soon. I record about an hour, maybe an hour and a half per week. Then there's also roughly 2 to 3 hours worth of editing per week. That's just for that series, and I'm doing other bits and bobs here and there as well. So per week, I probably spend about 5 hours on this, out of my own money, my own time. If you start pledging Patreon money, suddenly I can do that a lot more. For every £10 I receive, I can basically drop an hour worth of my actual day job in favour of doing this. And that money is going straight back into, certainly for now, straight back into producing more quality content. And the second goal, I can't remember what I put for this, it doesn't actually tell you monetarily. Whoa, suddenly I'm a full-time YouTuber, that's bonkers. I think that must be just like my current wage, my current monthly salary, that number, but I think it would be cool to see the percentage of how close I am, even if it doesn't get very far. And then this is locked behind a Patreon wall. So you would be able to read what happens under here if you become a Patreon. Nothing's exciting, don't get your hopes up, but so there we go. That's Patreon. There will be a link to this exact page down in the description below. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. If you would like to contribute, thank you. That's all I can say. If you don't want to contribute, still thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching all of my videos. And thank you for the other general support you have given me. Whether that's through the YouTube system, whether that's through anything. It's appreciated. So thank you everyone for watching. There's exciting things to come on this channel. And I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.